The Flavour Thesaurus by Niki, Segnit. This is a book unlike any other I've ever seen. Let's look at it as an object first of all, so you can see. It's like a color wheel, and there's a reason for that, which we'll get to in a second. And you can see on the back here it says like a roasted, meaty, cheesy, earthy, mustardy, as if it's part of a color wheel. Well, the idea here is that it is kind of like a color wheel, but for flavors that you cook with. So let's just have a look. Well, let's continue as an object here. So as an object, the pages are these sort of bright. I don't even think I'm going to come up with a name for that color. It has a ribbon, which I love. On the other hand, the pages are glued in rather than sewn. So at some point they'll start to come out, but that could be many years in the future. Let's have a look. So there's actually a color wheel here, except it's not a color wheel. It is flavors. And the idea of this book is that you look up really anything, any sort of food, and then it gives you what kind of other foods or what kind of other flavors would go well with the one that you're looking up. So you could look up, okay, here's pineapple and apple. You looked up pineapple, and it gives you different kinds of flavors that might go with it. Some that you never would have thought of, like pineapple and anchovy, if you don't know about Vietnamese fish sauce or whatever. You may never have thought about that kind of flavor going together. And basically, this is the whole book. You look up different. Maybe you look up what you've got, or you look up what you like or what you're interested in. Garlic, potato, and then it gives you a list of other kinds of things that go well with it. Different flavors that work together well. Blue cheese and fig. Chocolate and cauliflower. That's one I never would have expected. And that's the gist of the whole book. So we find oily fish. There's oily fish in almond. They ask us to look somewhere else. Oily fish in anise. Oily fish in asparagus. And then there's some little discussion about how those things work together. Now, other than looking through it and seeing things that I agree with and that I've seen before, I can't say yet that this is actually my wife's book, that we've gone through and tried things that we hadn't tried before, or things that sounded weird. Like, wait, you're putting that with that and you're saying that tastes good? All right, let's give it a go. We haven't done that yet. So I'm not exactly vouching for the book as far as that part goes, but it is really, really interesting anyway, just to flip through and look at what it says and read the different things. And yeah, sometimes it's from a different culture, different part of the world that they put these two things together. I remember just in my own little travels, sort of in Indonesia, where they put was it Indonesia? No, I can't remember. Where they put star fruit with soy sauce, or a salty ketchup. Not what we think of as ketchup, but like a sort of a salty sauce, and I don't know, just chili with different kinds of things. And I always found that fascinating myself. So anyway, here we have the Flavour Thesaurus, pairings, recipes, and ideas for the creative cook by Niki, Segnit.